What are all the values of theta for theta greater than equal to 0, less than 2 pi, where 2 sine squared of theta equals negative sine theta? So we need to solve this equation for theta. So what we can do is move the sine theta to the other side. So we'll have 2 sine squared theta plus sine theta and a 0 left over. You would think you can divide both sides by sine theta, but since sine theta can be equal to 0, that would be the same as dividing both sides of the equation by 0. And you're not allowed to do that to equations because that just destroys the equation. So since sine theta can be 0, we can't divide both sides by sine theta and cancel a sine theta out. We have to move it to the other side and solve for it. Otherwise, you would be missing a lot of solutions. Okay, so now let's factor out a sine theta. So we'll be left with 2 sine theta and just a 1 here. If you distribute the sine theta to these two terms, you'll get back to this equation. But now we kind of have two different equations. In order for the product here of sine theta with this expression here to equal 0, either sine theta has to equal 0 or 2 sine theta plus 1 has to equal 0. In either case, those values of theta will satisfy this equation. So let's find those now. So we know that when theta equals 0, sine theta is equal to 0. And we also know when theta equals pi, sine theta equals 0. This is from the unit circle. As we know, at 0, sine theta is the y term, or the y coordinate. And at 0 theta and pi, the value of sine theta is 0. Now let's find the values of theta where this equation equals 0. So let's move the 1 to the other side. So we'll have 2 sine theta equals negative 1. Then we can divide both sides by 2 to get sine theta equals negative 1/2. So we know that sine theta equals negative 1/2 at 2 separate values, when they both have to be in the third and fourth quadrant, because it is only in those quadrants where the value of y is 0. And the two values of theta are 7 pi by 6 in the third quadrant and 11 pi by 6 in the fourth quadrant, where sine theta is equal to negative 1/2. These are just values of the unit circle that you have to memorize. So now we have 4 different values for the value of theta that satisfies this equation. And these 4 values are all in answer choice B. So B is correct.